Yes, indeed, a horse trailer. And you know what that means? It's time for another TFL Extreme Ike Gauntlet towing test. Except today, we've got something very special indeed. We've got this brand spanking new Cadillac Escalade, or do you call it a Slade? But what's even more special is we're going to do a virtual mega tow off. So what's a TFL virtual tow-off? Well, that's simple. We're going to take this brand new Escalade, or do you say Slade, and we're going to compare it virtually by taking the screen and splitting it into quarters and putting each truck's Ike Gauntlet run up at the same time. How about the Lincoln Navigator? How about the GMC Yukon, the XL version of this basically same truck? I think that will be a great first virtual tow-off, and that is coming up right now on the Fast Lane Truck. Kent? Tell them what we're towing.
This new Escalade is rated to tow 8,100 pounds of loaded trailer. Right now we are at 7,000 pounds, so we compare it to the other SUVs. The payload is 1,460 pounds. That gives you enough weight to get the gear, the people, 7 passenger people in there and go up the mountains.
Under the hood of the Slade is the most powerful engine in its class. It's, of course, an 8-cylinder, but get this, it puts out 460 pound-foot of torque and 420 horsepower. What's really important is that for 2015, they've paired it to a new 8-speed transmission. What's not so important, it has cylinder deactivation, and I don't think we're going to be using that going up the Ike Gauntlet. All right, Kent, here we go up the Ike Gauntlet. I've got the stopwatch right here, and I'm going to start it from where we normally started, which is coming up right here. And guys, we're about to go into multi-mega mashup tow-off mode. Mashing the accelerator, and away we go.
There's that V8 rumble. Gotta love it.
But let's keep in mind that all these cars, well, except for the Ford, they all have V8s.
Yeah, but this sounds good. I mean, it's got good sound, kind of like the GMC and the Silver Autos and all those General Motors. It's got a good sound.
Now, we have to talk about the fact that we're towing how much?
We're towing 7,000 pounds. A horse trailer with a tote in the back there. So yeah, 7,000, which is similar to what we did to the other high-end SUVs.
Exactly, the same weight in all 4 test trucks. The difference, of course, being that, well, there's no difference. The problem is all these trucks really have no issue going up this grade at the speed limit.
Right. This is the most expensive one going up this.
89,000.
89,360, yeah.
And we're doing it on 22s, man.
Oh, 22s. And we got 16 speakers. What else could you want?
And we've got cylinder deactivation, and we have 460 pound-foot of torque, and we have 420 horsepower. I mean, this thing is just as blinged out as it gets, and LED lights, huh? How about that?
It does. It's a good-looking truck, and it's a wonderful interior. The seats don't quite fit my wide shoulders like I'd like, but the rest of them are comfortable. That's gorgeous interior.
All right, well, let's talk about the other trucks. Kind of the most interesting one in some ways is the Navigator, because Ford really came up with this segment, right? They were the first ones who created this luxury crossover SUV, super high, expensive truck category.
Yeah, they've been around a long time, and the same torque as this, and that V6 with the twin turbos are both 460, which is pretty amazing.
But the twin turbos do have a little bit of an advantage up here, because we are going from about 10,000 feet to about 11,000 feet. And so the turbos do help make up for the lack of oxygen density, which does decrease the power of the engine. But you know what? I'm having no issues keeping up and doing 60 miles an hour, which is exactly what the speed limit is here.
Yeah, yeah. Now, the Lincoln, I think it had about the highest tow rating. It was 8,600 pounds. This one is 8,100 pounds. So I don't know if that, I mean, that's some of that probably axle ratio, what they did that one with.
Well, the cool thing is we're timing this, and like I said, time doesn't matter as much, but we will stop the time in each of these 4 quadrants when we reach the end of the Ike Gauntlet. So we will see from a time perspective which vehicle went up the fastest. That'll be kind of fun to see. But you know what? The time isn't as important as how it tows. And I can tell you right now that this Escalade barely feels the fact that there's a horse trailer behind it.
Right, and you're driving a speed limit, you could, like we talked about before, you could fly up this hill.
Oh, I could fly up this hill.
We need a bigger trailer.
And you know, I think the 8-speed also helps because Before, it was kind of hunting for gears.
That's right. Mapping's much better.
Yeah, now I floor it. It downshifts. I get the power. When it reaches well, too fast, I have to let off the gas right there because I'm exceeding the speed limit. It just downshifts. And yeah, it's working much better. So I think whatever issues they had with the mapping, they fixed with this 8-speed.
That's true. That closer gear ratios, I mean, that's much better. And that holds power, holds your torque band, everything you want to climb a hill with, this has it.
Now, the one thing we weren't able to figure out, and this is crazy, is what our rear axle ratio is. We just couldn't find it. It's not in the Finneroni. It's not on the website. It's not on the truck. So, guys, sorry, we looked, we couldn't find it. It took like an hour.
They need to send us a decoder ring so we can run it through all the little codes in the glove box to see what we have. 'Cause we don't know. But, you know, I'm being a redneck. This expensive a vehicle always blows my mind. I mean, the paint job, just the optional paint job, which is called a dark graphite metallic.
Yeah.
That is $2,000 just for the paint.
But it's beautiful. My
I know
God,
it
it's
is.
beautiful.
It is. I'm just having a hard time gasping.
Well, it's beautiful.
Well,
$2,000. Look, if you're gonna spend $90,000 for a truck, $2,000, you know, might as well in for a dime, in for a dollar. And
Yeah.
let's face it, all these trucks are expensive. Of course, the sister or brother, whatever you want to call it, the Yukon GMC to this, we did the XL, so it was a little bit more practical.
Right, right.
It had a little bit more room back there. This is the shorter version of it. So this is more about luxury and style. That's more about utility and size.
Yeah, that had 8 passengers. This has 7. It's missing the middle seat.
Yep, yep.
So, but, you know, the interior always blows my mind how well they design it. But I'm you know, wood. It's got great wood interior. You actually can feel it and know that it's wood. Different than a lot of them are, not lacquered down so much. So it's a great look. But you know, here, this is mouse fur. This is what we had in the 70s. They used to put that on
Alcantara. Alcantara.
That's what they call it.
It's not mouse fur.
It's not mouse fur anymore. I was kind of surprised to see that. But
It is high-end, expensive, soft
suede something. Rather.
Alcantara. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not mouse fur.
It's not mouse fur. Okay.
No. And you know what? I think in terms of kind of style, I love everything about this Cadillac except for this entire section in the middle, which is the Q, right? Cadillac Q.
Yeah.
It is this haptic feedback, and it absolutely does not work. It's like they designed it in a non-moving vehicle, because every time I try to control something, half the time it doesn't work. It's just an amazing oversight on the part of Cadillac, and I think people at this point know it, and this is going to go away because it's just not good.
Well, that's true. When you got a moving vehicle, it's hard to always touch exact spots on anything.
Yes.
It's not probably the way they should design it.
Yeah, you know, when we put the teaser video up, the coming up video for this, I said, well, this was kind of the new American luxury standard. People said, well, what about, you know, the Mercedes GL actually, and what about the Porsche? And I'm like, those cars, first of all, don't hold 3 rows of passengers, including I may add the Range Rover, right, which can get a longer version, but still barely fits 3 rows. And those cars are really crossovers in the truest sense. They're not trucks. This is a truck. It's body on frame.
Body on frame, exactly. Body on frame. These are the ones I like for towing. It's the ones I like for safety. I mean, they're going to be a little heavier, but you got center of gravity down below your foot, which I like. So no, this is.
It is.
Happy to call this a truck.
It is, in a way, the new American standard for luxury because, well, it's one of the most popular selling. And we just flew up this hill. Check this out, dude.
Oh yeah.
We're about to hit the end right here, and we hit. Stop right there. Look at that. 733. 733.
That's good.
And I may have exceeded the speed limit a little bit just because this truck is so fast, and 4 miles to the gallon on the way up.
Yeah.
Cylinder deactivation. Didn't do much.
Yeah, we can't deactivate when we're flying up a hill. Yeah.
No. Let me give you the time again. And the other great thing about this, and you guys weren't part of this when we drove this down the hill, it's got great grade shifting. It really does brake well, and that maybe because of all those 8 cylinders. You know, they're pretty big and they're pretty heavy.
Yeah, and in fact, it's an 8-speed automatic, so your gears are actually closer together.
Yep.
That helps you kick in and actually kick in more often. Yeah, so there's a lot of advantages to the way this is set up. Well, this Cadillac to me is gorgeous. I love the interior, but I think the best value is that Denali XL. Holds 1 more person. It's an 8-passenger, a little higher towing capacity. and I think the money's right on it.
You know what? If it were me, I love bling, man. I love 22s. I love the fact that this Cadillac says I have made it in life. So I'd go for the Cadillac, even though 90K is a lot of money. But if you're gonna go big, go really big in America, gosh darn it.
Yeah, 22-inch wheels, it's hot.
As always, this is Roman and
Kent
saying check out tfltruck.com and mrtruck.com for more news, views, and of course crazy ass towing virtual mega mashup reviews.
Crazy ass?
That's right. See you guys next time. I hope we didn't give you a headache. Bye. Did you know that we use our long-term Ford Raptor as the chase and camera truck when shooting the Ike Gauntlet Extreme Towing Test? And did you know that we've tested every truck and SUV up the Ike Gauntlet? If you want to see those videos, just click on the old Ford Bronco. Bronco Billy as we're calling it from now on. And please, don't forget to click here to subscribe. We'd love to make sure that you see our videos first and that you become part of the TFL family. Thanks and see you next time.